The correctional service happens to be part of the criminal justice system. Most of the time, people used to see the Nigerian Correctional Service as wicked people.
Okay.
We don't go to the street to catch people and hold them. We say legally intend. Goes through the due process. The police arrests you, takes you to court, and says this is what you did. The court judges you. And this is what is called a warrant. Warrant is a legal document that authorizes the Nigerian Correctional Service to keep an individual in custody.
So without warrant, you can't keep?
We can't keep without warrant. See, in our society, it would be very wrong for anybody to say that the issue of security does not concern them.
Okay.
At this point, with the activities of the criminals in our society and their antecedents, everybody should be concerned. I make bold to say that without Nigerian Correctional Service, there's no security. I stand to be corrected.
Greetings to our dear audience and welcome to DoxaDSensei podcast. This is where we share the thoughts and the voices of the wise. I'm still your anchor and host, Daniel Mweibo, and today we shall be talking about the corrections, usually called the prisons. And today we have a very eminent individual in our midst. How do I start? Superintendent Nneka Charity.
Superintendent of Corrections.
Of Corrections. Okay, I have to, you see? Superintendent of Corrections, Nneka Charity.
Yes, sir.
ACIPM, yes. And Iyase is an Ogwashuku name.
Sure. That's what I'm married to, but I'm an Ebonyi-born lady.
Wonderful. What are you from?
Okposi.
Okposi.
Yes.
And you're a member of the Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria?
Yes.
Wonderful. So you have a chance to leave your official office and go for that kind of course?
It's something that when you are faced with a challenge that you want to come up.
Okay.
In terms of your career.
Okay.
It's a professional body.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So it's not like a regular academic setup.
Yeah.
You attend the trainings and examinations and all these things are done online.
Good.
Yeah.
So, as you know, that's where we educate the public, enlighten the public on issues of public interest. So today we are going to talk about the corrections or the prisons. So give us a background generally. Why we are used to the prisons, so. And then, by the way, Nneka Charity Iyase is a PRO.
Public Relations Officer, Nigerian Correctional Service, Ebonyi State Command.
Very good. I think it's better I allow you to do this introduction, so I won't bite my tongues.
All right.
Go ahead.
Do I start, Oliver?
Oh, you can start all over.
Thank you very much, esteemed listeners and audience. I am Superintendent of Corrections, Nneka Charity Iyase, ACIPM, a member Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, and a Public Relations Officer for Nigerian Correctional Service, Ebonyi State Command. Thank
Wonderful. You. Wonderful. Are you a professor? Because you speak like one of us.
An intending professor.
An intending professor.
If you will let me.
In prisons or in corrections?
All of the above.
There must be a few.
All of the above.
So give us a background.
Okay.
Of the role of prisons.
Okay.
Or corrections. Okay. We keep using corrections.
Okay.
Why the change in name? Maybe that's a very good place to start.
Okay. You just asked about the role of the prison.
Yes.
And why the change. I think we should start by the role.
Okay.
Because where intent is not known, abuse is inevitable.
Okay.
And that brings in the public misconception, which I am here to clarify.
Very good.
The purpose of prisons,
okay.
Or as the public already know it from here, because we'll be interchanging so that our audience will be carried along, because we wouldn't know who will join from where.
That's correct.
Okay. So, what are the roles? The Correctional Service happens to be part of the criminal justice system.
Okay.
Within the architecture of the criminal justice system, not in any particular order.
Okay.
Because none is superior to the other.
Okay.
We have the judiciary, we have the Nigerian police, and we have the Nigerian Correctional Service.
Okay.
This tripartite body makes up the criminal justice system.
Okay.
So, in a joint case in pursuit of ensuring proper security in the society, among the criminal justice system, we are interdependent. It's like a chain. When you break it, everything goes off.
Okay.
You draw the triangle. You break one side, everything goes down. So, in this situation, the police does the field work.
Okay.
Ensuring the security of the society. The judiciary looks at an offense with the lens of the Constitution and now gives it an interpretation based on whatever offense an individual is alleged to have been caught up with. With that sentence pronunciation, the Nigerian Correctional Service has the sole responsibility, remember the word sole responsibility,
yes,
of executing the sentence. It's only the Correctional Service that has the responsibility to execute that sentence. It said, according to your offense and by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you have been charged with so and so offense. And the punishment is this. It is a duty of the Nigerian Correctional Service to execute that sentence as prescribed by the courts. Then, coming to what do we do, the responsibilities, objective or aims of the Nigerian Correctional Service. We are looking at a system that holds the legally intended. Mark the word legally.
Okay.
Because most of the time, people used to see the Nigerian Correctional Service as wicked people.
Okay.
We don't go to the street to catch people and put them. We say legally intended. Goes through the due process. The police arrests you, takes you to court, and says this is what you did. The court judges you and gives what is called warrant. Warrant is a legal document that authorizes the Nigerian Correctional Service to keep an individual in custody.
So without warrant, you can't keep?
We can't keep without warrant. The warrant is the power that gives the Nigerian Correctional Service the authority
to keep you there for the long time as allowed.
We interpret the warrant.
Okay.
The judge or the magistrate that issues the warrant or any other legal body that is authorized to issue a warrant brings the warrant to us. Okay. And we read through it. We are professionals. I'm not here to educate the public on our job, how we do it. Yeah. We read the warrant and we have what it's called standing order. Okay. An order legal instrument that empowers Nigerian Correctional Service as a legally instituted body to operate.
So whoever must go to the corrections must have passed through the courts.
Yes.
Okay.
Very well. Or you know that we have so many ways of getting our inmates.
Okay.
Not just through the courts.
Okay, what other ways?
What other ways could be like court martials.
Okay.
Yes, we get from court martials. We could also get from executive order. There's power that is given to the governor of a state.
Okay. To say, arrest this person and put him there.
The interest of the state.
So apart from the marshals, the executive order and the courts.
I'll not be able to give you all the lineup because of time.
Okay.
Okay, because I still have so many things to see.
Okay.
So we have this and more. But all these things are legal processes. They are legal processes. Somebody cannot sleep and wake up and say, lock this person in prison. It's not possible.
Does the police have the power to say, lock this person in prison?
No.
So they arrested him.
No.
Okay.
That's why you have the police cell.
Okay.
That's why you have the police cell that is a temporary detention center. Temporary because they have a time frame that they must not detain individuals beyond.
Yeah. Yes.
So they have that temporary detention center allows them to go through that due process of taking them to court.
But there's one more issue.
Okay.
The court is one of the principal ways through which you get your intend, whatever you call them.
Inmates.
Good intend inmates.
Yes.
I'm trying to use your words now.
Yes.
Do you people interpret whether the court has a jurisdiction over that case? For instance, there are some cases that cannot be handled at the customary court.
Okay.
There are some cases that cannot go to appeal court.
Okay.
There are some cases that shouldn't go to Supreme Court.
Okay.
What if a wrong court gives a warrant? Do you have a chance to interpret and say, no, even though you have the right to bring this person, but you don't have the jurisdiction over this case, so we will not do this?
That's beyond our jurisdiction, because if a court brings, court cannot bring if he does not have the right. It is within the judiciary to decide that. They are the ones that decide which case goes to which court. But if in the process of our job, we observe that there are cases that are not in the right court, that's where we classify them as holding charges.
Okay.
In these holding charges, that is where the issue of, like, quarterly, my lord, the chief judge of Ebonyi State comes on jail delivery. So on such occasion, we list those people under holding charge, and we present it to him and say, so and so person has not been going to court because he was charged to a wrong court. So it is within that kind of setting that such issues can be rectified. Though ab initio is supposed to be rectified from the judicial angle, but if it comes to us, because we don't just keep and hold, we do beyond keeping and holding, which I'm telling you, let's not digress too much, so that we'll be able to hit the vital point of what will make the audience to appreciate the reason why we are here. So because this one we are now discussing now, we're going to the professionalism of Nigerian Correctional Service. And I know that you're not intending to come and become one of the officers.
No. You know what I can tell? If I want to pay tomorrow, I say,
you cannot come and take over my job.
Okay.
Stay where you are.
No problem. I'll give you your job.
After all, you've not seen me in EPSU. I'm going to contest for your position. So the Bible said, let every man stay in his calling.
Every man stay where he is.
Calling.
Stay where you did.
So,
stay your day, make I tell my day.
On a lighter note.
Yeah.
So, having said that, we're talking about the roles of the Nigerian Correctional Service. Okay. So the Nigerian Correctional Service, when we keep this legally intended, it is our responsibility to ensure that we reform them. It is our duty to ensure that we rehabilitate them. It is our responsibility to ensure that we prepare them for future reintegration, because majority of our inmates are not lifers or condemned inmates. So majority of them are people that are serving time. When they are done serving their time, they go back to the society. So our main purpose, when you're already there as a convict, because we also have it's called awaiting trial inmates. Awaiting trial inmates are still those that are going to court for the Nigerian Correctional Service custodial centers. They are awaiting trial inmates.
Well, but there's no warrant. There's a warrant. Why are you putting them there?
Hello. Calm down.
Okay.
Let me clarify that.
Yeah.
There are classes of inmates. But let me focus on only two. Let me focus on the awaiting trial inmates and the convict inmates. There are people that when they bring them from the police detention center to the courts, and the judge looks into their matter, it's not a matter that will be decided immediately, but it's not also a matter that will be granted bail immediately. Or probably the person, even if he's granted bail, is not able to perfect it immediately, or does not have what it takes to perfect the bail. That person is remanded in the Nigerian Correctional Service with a warrant as an awaiting trial inmate.
Is it for a specific time?
I'm coming. I'm here. Let me explain. So when the person is giving that warrant for him to be kept as an awaiting trial inmate, it means that he has another court schedule. He has been given the next date to appear in court. Like as high as over 70% of our inmates are awaiting trial inmates. We take them in motorized formation to the courts. Like if you have been conversant with going to court, you see the Nigerian Correctional Service Green Maria parked at the High Court or some of our courts.
Yes.
We bring this in.
Why is it called the Green Maria? Sorry about that.
You have so many questions to ask. Let's take it a bit by bit. Okay. So they bring them to court to answer their cases. Okay. And you know how it is in the judicial process. And the hearing might not end the same day. So we take them back. So we call them the awaiting trial inmates. Then the very few that are convicts, in the process, these awaiting trial inmates can either become convicts that in the process of answering their cases and they are freed. They are discharged and acquitted. Then they go. But if they are found guilty in the process of being awaiting trial inmates going to court and they are found guilty, they are convicted. And their warrant is changed from awaiting trial convict warrant to convict warrant. You understand?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yes. Some are also convicted on arrival, depending on the kind of case it is. All depends on the judicial process. They look at this matter, deciding it now is at the discretion of the judge. A judge can decide to follow a case at his or her own pace for 1 month, 2 months, 10 years, 5 years. It's at the discretion of the judge or the magistrate. Okay? So that is how we get our awaiting trial inmates and our convict inmates. Then coming to what we were talking about ab initio before you liked some of our activities in the Nigerian Correctional Service. Yeah. We were talking about what we do. And I started by telling you that we belong to the arm called the Criminal Justice System.
That's correct.
Where I told you
the
tripartite colleagues or agencies bodies that join us and how we function. And I trimmed down to start telling you what we do at the Nigerian Correctional Service. And I did mention that we keep those that are legally interned. I did say that we also do reformation, rehabilitation to prepare inmates for reintegration. That was what brought us to the kind of inmates that we have, which I want to believe that I've been able to clarify both the audience and my curious professor. Yeah. Okay, having said that, when it comes to our reformation and rehabilitation process, that is where I really want the audience to pay attention. Okay. See, in our society, it would be very wrong for anybody to say that the issue of security does not concern them. Okay. At this point, with the activities of the criminals in our society and their antecedents, everybody should be concerned. If the federal government of Nigeria, if you calculate how much they spend to track one criminal from the time of surveillance, intelligence gathering, investigations, and all that, to the point of capturing them, you know how many people that are involved, how many agencies that we are servicing. We're talking about the NDLEA, Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement. You're talking about Immigration Service. Those are further immigration. We're talking about the list goes on and on. And everything, we are like the stomach of the security. I make bold to say that without Nigerian Correctional Service, there's no security. I stand to be corrected. Because we are the stomach that preserves and keeps all the labor of the military, the police, the immigration, the NDLEA, the custom, the list goes on and on. NAFDAC, all of them. We collect. We don't just collect and keep. We keep safely. You can imagine just one and any in Ebonyi State today. I bet you not be here.
On a very light note, as we were talking, I was looking at your muscles, how you handle criminals with this your small spot.
Well, I'll correct you.
How do you handle them? Because you look too gentle.
We don't use muscles. We'll come to that.
Okay, so let's go ahead with the correction procedures.
Okay. So when we have this legally interned, our main purpose is to make sure that we understand the reason behind their antisocial behavior. Because what you don't understand, you will not be able to solve.
So yeah, that's true.
That's where our professionalism, uniqueness in our profession comes in. I will not go into that. We understand, we use our professional skills to understand the reasons behind their antisocial behavior. This understanding helps us to plan their reformation and rehabilitation programs. This brings us to the next step called the risk and needs assessment.
Okay.
We do this risk and needs assessment considering so many factors. Some of these people that were caught in crime, school dropouts, probably people with vocational skills, or has visions and dreams that were caught up by either bad influence, societal influence, poor family upbringing, and all that, peer pressure, and so many things that contribute to antisocial behavior or that breeds them. Okay? We check if you are vocationally inclined. Within the Nigerian Correctional Service custodial centers, we have vocational centers. As we speak, as of today in Nigerian Correctional Service Ebonyi State Command, let me use the Medium Security Custodial Center, Abakaliki, as a typical example. We have vocational centers. If you want to know what we do there, tell me that you want like executive upholstery produced for you within a specified time. Give me the specification and the standard, and whatever thing you give me, I make bold to say that our inmates will beat the standard. Upholsteries, top of the class, top notch, finishing perfect. Our upholstery unit is excellent. You see their products, you'll be marveled. Most of the uniform that we wear are made by inmates. Can you feel my uniform?
Yeah, beautiful.
The finishing.
Very beautiful. Well organized.
Okay.
I feel like people asking you to get me one.
Please. So, these are the products of our inmates. Like this senator you're putting on. Inmates can make something even much better than this. Yes. Our tailoring section is top notch. We have the electrical section, we have a barbing section, then for the female, we also have a salon section and a handcraft section where they make these beaded bags and such things, bangles, earrings, necklaces, jewelries, and many more. Some of the NGOs that we partnered with some time ago came and taught them how to produce reusable parts for the female.
Okay.
That's why I said that nobody can say that the issue of security does not concern them. But because one and any in Ebonyi State can keep disorganize everybody. So all these processes are the processes that we put in place to make sure that these minds that had been hitherto diverted, that those energy that they were used for crime to terrorize the society is directed towards productive endeavor. That's why the effort of the Comptroller General of Nigerian Correctional Service, our number one at the national headquarters, who is in charge of entire Nigeria, Sylvester Ndidi Nwakuche, MFR, MNI, cannot be overemphasized because his effort towards funding inmate reformation and rehabilitation has been top notch. And our dear Controller of Corrections, Ebonyi State Command, Mrs. Chika Igugu, has also cascaded the policy trust of the Comptroller General, Sylvester Ndidi Nwakuche, MFR, MNI, down to Ebonyi State. And that is why we are having a very peaceful state, no riot, no jailbreak, no crisis, and those inmates are learning vocational skills.
Let me ask
one more thing, please.
Yeah.
Then those that are not welcoming in the area of vocational skills,
exactly,
but academically inclined. We have the Special Correctional Primary School inside Nigerian Correctional Service. We have the special correctional secondary school inside the custodial center.
Who teaches them?
I'm coming. Don't rush. Then we recently, last year, October, the National Open University commissioned its special center in the Nigerian Correctional Service Ebonyi State Command Medium Security Custodial Center at Abakaliki. We have the National Open University. I might interest you to know that on the 4th of May this year, we matriculated as high as 27 inmates into the National Open University of Nigeria. And they are studying various courses. Maybe it's time to ask for a position there. Prof, you're looking into this our matter too much. I'm suspecting you now already.
But there's no warrant. There's no warrant.
I can't hold you. There's no warrant to hold me. That's the only savior here. So we have all this, and this hitherto diverted energy, threats, giftings are now channeled towards productive endeavors, which is all geared towards having a better reformed image that will now become responsible citizens at the point of reintegration back into the society. That's why we preach against stigmatization. In this our side, you see somebody that just discharged from the correctional custodial center. He's been to prison, and everybody will be like, "Oh, let's run away." No, the person that got in there as a terror in the society,
it's not the person coming out.
Not at all. And with all the things I've just explained, you can believe me that it is what it is.
So we've established the skill centers, which are very beautiful. We've talked about the academic structures, which is very enviable. Yes. What else do your center do? Because there are some people who might not fit into the skills, they don't fit into the schools.
Okay.
Particularly those who would have going into the custodian centers having some emotional problems.
Okay.
Skills will not solve that emotional issue.
Okay.
If you like, take them to university. Okay. Emotions is different from that.
Okay.
What do you do in that regard?
Okay. I think that we jumped something at the beginning.
Go ahead, please.
What we jumped at the beginning is what we call the admission process.
Okay.
At the point of admission, we have what is called the admission board. In this admission board, we have the officer in charge of the custodial center as chairman of the admission board, inmate admission board.
Okay.
We have the custodial center keeper. We have the custodial center keeper. We have the person in charge of the medical department.
Okay.
Our just retired controller of corrections, who is in charge of the medical department, was also a consultant at FETA, Federal Teaching Hospital Lab, Abakaliki. So you can see that even in Nigerian Correctional Service, as officers, we have professionals. Okay? So now, we also have psychologists. We have the officers in charge of the welfare department and all that. But it is the duty of a medical unit to check the person's state of health. Then the psychologist does what you're saying now.
Okay.
It is the responsibility of the psychologist to address such issues. We also have those that do counseling, that attends to psychosocial issues. Because as you rightly said, almost everybody there needs it. You don't even need to be either mentally deranged or even the shock of being legally interned is enough to destabilize an average human being. So almost everyone enjoys that privilege of having psychosocial support.
Do officers, your men, also have that problem? Because I'm a father.
Okay.
I can't imagine working in a place where my customers are people who cannot see their families every day. Not because they don't want to see their families, but because I'm restricting them.
Remember that you're talking to one of them.
Okay, so good. Do you feel that way sometimes?
I'm here already. That's why Our service is more of humanitarian service. We work with human face. We don't work with files. We are working with people and people that has destiny. An average Nigerian Correctional Service officer is highly empathic because we understand the fact that they are there. We are the mother they have. We are the father they have. We are the friends that they've lost
and the children that they have.
And we are the children that they have. Because in Nigerian Correctional Service, you have ranging between the age of 18 and as high as maybe 80 something years or whatever. So no matter your age as an officer, you are either a child, a brother, or a father, or you work at these different categories. And as Nigerian Correctional Service officer, you are multi-talented. You're multi-talented because you are different things to different people at different times. And our major role is to make sure that we suit their pains. We are the people that they call their friends because these are the people that the society have rejected. They tell them that they are nobody. But when they come to us at Nigerian Correctional Service, we give them reassurance. Through that needs and risk assessment, we change their mindset. I'm going to professionalism now in Nigerian Correctional Service.
But it's important for the public.
Okay. So we are trained for it. I might not be able to tell you how we do it, but we are trained for it. And with our professionalism, we are able to achieve so much because we have our results speaking for us. Okay. At least there are higher and the mighties that have been in custodial centers for months. Some politicians highly placed. We can always, everybody knows our former president, big father, Olusegun Obasanjo.
He doesn't forget Abakaliki. He loves the state because of his experience here.
And so much. If the Nigerian Correctional Service did not treat him well, he would have spoken about us. He would have. But because we treated him well, we gave him human custody that is in compliance with international best practices.
If you allow me, I will button from here and I'll ask you a question.
I know that
there's always this argument that the rich and the mighty are treated differently in prison. Or in correctional centers. Compared to ordinary people. I want you to respond to that.
These are, when you are not in the system, it's always easy to come up with an ideology that
fits your own terrain.
Exactly, for whatever reason you're bringing it up. Because once you cross that our heaven's gate and you enter inside, I don't know if you have had privilege of crossing that first gate.
I've been in all these.
You know that there's glory in that gate. Once you enter it, naturally you'll be humble.
It's true.
Even when you did come with warrant.
Yes. I went to see somebody and I realized that my body was like, Zah.
You will be humbled. So at that point, that gate lodge makes everyone equal. That's the mentality it gives you. At that point, do you remember that you're a professor?
No.
All you are thinking of.
It's the person I came to visit.
I'm probably assuming and escape.
Because I can't imagine.
So that's how it is. We treat every human equal for the sake of human dignity. For the sake of human dignity. They have rights. Though as inmates, they have their rights. Fundamentally. Except those that are denied them by the law.
Let's talk about general operational procedure of the prisons. Namely, infrastructure. I don't know how it is now. But there was a time, not just Abakaliki, but indeed across the country, that our prisons were not places that human beings should live. Have there been improvements? In what ways? Second, issue of feeding and general welfare of our inmates. Go ahead.
Let's start with infrastructure. Infrastructure used to be bad, very, very bad. But you know that the only constant thing is change. As different administration comes and goes, they already know what the fundamental challenges of the Nigerian Correctional Service is. They pay their dues. Especially within this administration of our present Controller General of Corrections of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Sylvester and Didonwa Picture, MFRM and I. may God bless him, it has not been what it used to be. It has not been what it used to be because immediately he assumed office, the welfare of inmates was top on his policy thrust. And this brought about so many projects that were approved and those that were also abandoned. They started attending to them speedily. And they even had a system where these projects are being monitored, unlike before, to make sure that it's being done the way it's said to be done, not just touch and leave it. So this has brought a lot of changes in terms of infrastructural upgrading. Generally, it's no longer what it used to be. And also our partnership with our sponsors and our agencies and other NGOs that are also coming in different ways. Now I'm talking about welfare now because infrastructure is majorly for the government. Okay? Our partners comes in with the inmate welfare because if you don't say what you're doing, you will not get support.
That's correct. So
these are coming out to tell people this is what we are doing. Like I have already explained that we have Vocational Skill Acquisition Center. An NGO can say, oh, so this happens. We want to partner with you to train the inmates on XYZ. Oh, you have the academic program. We want to sponsor like 20, 50, 100 inmates for the next WAEC or next NECO. Or we want to take up so and so supply of books for your students in the National Open University. That's why I said in my opening remarks that security is everyone's business. By partnering with both NGOs, philanthropic individuals, and the general public, everybody, we are contributing our own quota. Then coming to the feeding of inmates.
Yes.
Yes. Before now, everybody in Nigeria knows that it's not hidden that it used to be 250 naira. Before now.
Per day.
Yes, then. Okay? But now it's as high as 1,000 naira. We have not gotten to where
we need to go.
We need to be.
That's correct.
But we are no longer where we used to.
Well, a plate of food is not less than 3,000. So more than 1,000 naira can buy.
We also have, that's what everybody is clamoring for increase. But at least it would have been worse if it had remained in 215 naira. That's why I said that the only constant thing is change. With these reforms that is going on, there's still room for improvement. There's still room for improvement. And we're also always having support from state government, from philanthropic individuals in terms of support and all that. So it's not as if we are just alone. And that is how Nigerian Correctional Service is surviving. While we're also having a good time with the government of the day because whenever we cry, they hear. And we are believing that more things will be done in terms of upgrading of the inmates' welfare and more.
SP of prisons or corrections, let me at this juncture pause and ponder and then commend strongly the role the Nigerian Correctional Service is playing in the country and indeed the role you guys are playing in Ebonyi State.
Thank you.
There have been bad stories around the prisons, but none has ever happened around Ebonyi.
Thank you.
So that's a good image for us.
Thank you.
So as a stakeholder in the state, on behalf of Ebonyi people, I would say, Uludike for the work that you do. I know it's not easy to work in this kind of environment, but we do believe that things will get better.
Okay.
Now we will continue, and that is where
we will not continue without me accepting the appreciation.
Yes, go ahead.
In my appreciation, want to also say very big thank you to the executive governor of Ebonyi State.
Who is my brother?
Obonna Prince Obonna Nwihuru.
Onwa.
Onwa. Akpobe Madzibo. Okay, Hamon.
But stop it. Don't call me I'm blue politics.
No, we're not doing politics, but for him to have helped to like decongest the prison, because whenever we call him, there was a time like Nigerian Correctional Services, Medium Security Custodial Center, Abakaliki, which was built in 1949.
Yeah.
To accommodate 378 inmates. Now has close to 1,000 inmates in custody. At the time when His Excellency took over, when numbering close to 1,500, an accommodation that is meant for less than 400 persons accommodating almost 1,500. The Controller of Corrections wrote letters to him, cried to him, and we told him reasons why some issues should be looked into. That was when he now raised that committee that looked into that communal clashes. And they waited in and at least address the issue to an extent that some of those that are supposed to be granted amnesty. In one day, he released as high as 150. That day, it was like they poured cold water on the custodial center at least. Because when you enter the custodial center, all you see is like breath of heat because of the congestion.
So that the congestion was so much.
It was a very big relief. It was a very big relief. And other supports that we have been getting through his government, through the Ministry of Education. You ask me who teaches the students.
Yes, students, yeah.
He approved, and the Ministry of Education teachers are released from, I think it's Ube.
To come and teach.
Yes, they are the ones teaching. All these things are collaborations. From the state government, he also releases drugs from Ministry of Health. And another big thanks goes to the mother of the state, Noha. Who also support.
Now you're going to pay.
No. I'm not going to pay because you ask how we do things, and I'm answering your question.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you appreciated our effort.
Yes, I do.
It will not be fair to take all the glory without acknowledging the efforts of those. No, not even of the government.
Those who are helping.
Whoever they are. Of those that has been instrumental to our performing well.
We appreciate Doxa for the public enlightenment. Because without Doxa, nobody hear you.
I'm coming. You people are the land that gave us the maths.
Okay.
Is that right? You are the land. You know, Doxa is not competing with anybody.
It is okay.
Yes, and I give it to you because I think it's Doxa that is the first media platform that has invited me on their own. Other people, I beg to go.
Yeah.
I beg to ask. You invited me on your own to come and talk about to the public
about the corrections
and clear their doubts and clear some of the misconception. And I don't take it for granted.
So let me go on by saying thank you for appreciating the government and appreciating my brother and his wife.
Other supporters. Yes. I might not name
all of them.
There are so many NGOs.
So let's look at something. I lived so many years outside this country. So I always share my experience. Maybe we can borrow something from it.
Okay.
That when people leave prisons, there are paraphernalias, methods, protocols for monitoring what they become after. You just told me now, there are people who can make my clothes. There are people who can make your clothes, make your hair, have haircuts, go to school, have degrees. Do we have methodology in the Nigerian Correctional Service as a whole for following up of inmates?
Yes.
You found your term.
Yes.
We will let you go.
Yes.
But also following up to ensure, not because we want to be a bad person. No. We want to know how you progress. So we are monitoring for your progress, not really for your failure. Do we have that kind of methodology?
Yes. They are the aftercare team.
Aftercare team. Okay.
Yes.
Explain that.
The aftercare team are because at the point of your discharge, based on what you learned, assuming that you learned how to make clothes, when at the point of your discharge, the Nigerian Correctional Service gives you a sewing machine and other sewing material things that you need to start.
Okay.
And takes you to your place, as in to introduce you to either your kinsmen or your family to say, this person has finished and he has done well. Please, the society, receive him. He's no longer who he used to be. He has learned so, and he needs to start. Support him. Okay? It's not the responsibility of this aftercare team to help to bridge that gap that had been created within that time that he was in the custodial center and bring him back to be accepted by his immediate community, which is the first place where he belongs. So it's also with this alliance that he will be able to establish either a sewing, or probably he wants to move out of that location. All these things will be determined by the family. Okay. Then we keep following up because in most of the time you have some of these ex-inmates even coming to also encourage the inmates. We have that alliance. Because before I used to be like you, I learned so and so thing, and now I am so and so person now. I do so and so thing, and I have so and so number of persons working under me. So be encouraged that life in custody is not the end of life. If we don't have such processes, we will not have such people coming back as allies with us to encourage the people that are going through what they've been through. These are the systems and structures that the Nigerian Correctional Service are put in place to make sure that the entire system is coherent and well balanced and there are no leakages. Yes.
Okay. Now, most times there are people who stay for a number of terms that were supposed to stay.
Yes.
And some people go back home. Some of them go back home. They've lost families. Some of them, both parents are dead. Some the family have relocated. So they even leave the prisons, and maybe you said you take them home or take them somewhere, and they get to where they used to live, and there's nobody there. Have you had that kind of experience?
We have so many experiences that I cannot start telling them one by one, but okay. I want to tell you that, some of these experiences are not what you preempt. So there's no hard and fixed rules about them. So it's as things come up, you as an officer that have been sent on such assignment, you quickly consult your superior that sent you. And you have a line of authority. Yeah. You call your unit officer in charge. Yes, you call the officer, calls the officer in charge. The officer in charge calls the controller of corrections. This is a situation at hand. What do we do? If it is what she can take decision immediately, she can take decision and cascade the information down again. If it's what she cannot take the decision immediately, wait, let me call Abuja. The national headquarters will give directives and things will be sorted out.
Okay. The other issue of inmates. And we use very common term that people know about. Okay. Fighting.
Okay.
In the custodial centers. How do people handle that? Because I've seen prison breaks out of fights between inmates. I've seen a lot of things happen. So, how do people handle that kind of situation? Okay. Where inmates, to the extent that somebody is killed though.
Let me start by saying that I will not say that it is not true or is true. Okay. Because as far as I'm concerned, in Ebonyi State, here in Ebonyi State, there is no such issue.
No bullying among inmates?
You don't try, because on the point of admission, I forgot to tell you that there are things we do at the point of admission.
Okay.
At the point of admission, we tell you the custodial center rules. We have rules within the.
Yeah, but some of these people are lawless. So how do you think they will obey those rules?
Did you hear me say that we have almost 1,000 inmates only in medium security custodial center Abakaliki here? How many times have you run helter skelter? Not even during that NSAS, when almost the whole country was on fire. Did you hear any calm here? So I will not want to go back to that, because you have already appreciated us.
Yeah.
So it has been established that there is peace in Ebonyi State.
Yeah, that's correct.
So that's where our professionalism comes in. That is where our professionalism comes in. We use our training skills to control that. We know how we do it. There's nothing like bullying. You don't do that. You don't do that.
There's a young person watching us, and he's saying, Prof, can you ask that auntie, I want to join the prisons. What will I do?
It's very, very simple and interesting. It's very, very simple. I think the last recruitment advert was done last year. It's actually done by the board, where we have the Nigerian Correctional Service, have the Nigerian Immigration Service, have the Nigerian Civil Security and Civil Defense Corps, have the Fire Service. The Nigerian Custom used to be with us before they now left, and they now stand alone, and we have these other services. So it is a board that advertises for these recruitments, and it comes just as I just said. The last one was just done last year, and any moment from now,
what are the basic requirements?
It depends on the level where you're coming in.
I want to come from the beginning, from the first point.
From the first point, you can come with your either NECO or WAEC. You apply. It's usually online. It's not done secretly. It's usually online recruitment. You go to the cyber cafe and you apply, and you go through the rudiment examinations, trainings. You have requirements.
How long does that take?
As in
the trainings.
The trainings. Okay, that is after you have passed the exams.
Yeah.
And it's 6 months.
And the interns or the candidates, do they pay or it's free?
It's free. It's free. You just apply online. Everything is free.
So I want to start from the first rank to the highest. We don't know. We are public. Even as a professor, I don't know. and give us the list of the ranks and the categories of commands in the corrections. I am always tempted to say prisons, but I don't want to say that again. The corrections.
Okay. All right. So the list position.
And you tell us where you started from you.
Prof. It's okay.
Go ahead.
I think the list position, which will join with either WAEC or NECO, is correctional assistant.
Okay, correctional assistant.
We have correctional assistant 1, correctional assistant 2, but correctional assistant 3.
Oh, 3.
But funny enough, correctional assistant 1,
which is the first one?
It's not the first one. It's actually the third one.
Oh, it's the top?
The third one.
So it's this way?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's the correctional assistant 3.
3.
That is the list.
Okay. Then 2.
Then they will not promote you to correctional assistant 2. Then they will promote you to correctional assistant 1.
Okay. Then.
So when you get to correctional assistant 1, depending on where you're serving, you can be a senior correctional assistant, the SCA.
Okay.
Then you can now become an assistant inspector.
Okay. Of corrections.
You can now become a inspector of corrections.
Okay.
Yeah, from inspector of corrections, you can now become assistant superintendent of corrections 2.
2, okay.
Yes. That's level 8.
Okay.
And that's assistant superintendent of corrections 2. You can come in from that cadre if you are a graduate.
Oh, so if you already have a degree, that's your entrance point.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Like you are investigating me and you want to know where I started.
Yes.
Because I joined the service with a master's degree.
Oh, wonderful. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. So
I'm going to make a comment later about you, but don't worry. Go ahead.
So I joined from superintendent of corrections 1.
Okay, 1.
With 2 stars.
With 2 stars, okay.
Yes. So I joined. Then after the assistant superintendent of corrections 1, you now have the deputy superintendent of corrections.
Okay.
After the deputy superintendent of corrections, you have the superintendent of corrections, which is what I'm wearing.
That's what you're now.
Yes.
Okay.
So after this now, I'm going to remove it.
Okay.
Very soon, and now by the grace of God, and wear chief superintendent of corrections.
The CSP.
Federal chief.
Federal chief. Okay.
So
and then
after the chief superintendent of corrections, that is where you get to the executive cadre. We call them the gadget officers.
Gadget officers.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why you have the assistant controller of corrections.
Okay.
They are the ones that you see green something on their neck.
A kind of green beret.
Yes.
Okay.
You see the green thing.
Yeah.
And their badge on their caps also changes to L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Or whatever rank they wear. So after the assistant controller of corrections, you have the deputy controller of corrections.
Okay.
After the deputy controller of corrections, you now have the controller of corrections.
Okay.
Then you now move to the highest chain of cadre in the service.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when you're promoted for the controller of corrections, you now become assistant controller general. Assistant controller general of corrections.
Okay.
After that, you can now become a deputy controller general of corrections.
Okay.
And at this point, I want you to know that in that deputy controller general of corrections, they are the heads of the 8 directorates
in the country
that we have within the Nigerian Correctional Service. They head the directorates.
Okay.
And we have only our 001.
Only one.
Which is the Controller General
As you were
of
speaking,
Corrections.
I was trying to match it to the police and they look very much similar.
And now we have our Controller General of Corrections, our amiable super boss, Ndidi Sylvester Wakuche.
You seem to have a direct interaction with your MFR.
He is excellent.
Very good.
He is good. He is good.
So, before we end it, maybe there's something we've not discussed. Okay. You felt to talk about.
Okay.
Indeed, your final words. So you look at the camera and they address our audience.
All right.
Anything you want to talk about. You have all the privileges.
Thank you very much, Prof. I appreciate our esteemed audience. So far, you've been with us. I want to believe that you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things about the Nigerian Correctional Service. Nigerian Correctional Service used to be a place of punishment, but it's no longer what it used to be. I want to tell you that now Nigerian Correctional Service is a place of correction where we focus on the dignity of humanity and how to make the persons that are legally interned better through reformation, rehabilitation to prepare them for final reintegration back to the society as responsible, productive, and law-abiding individuals that will no longer terrorize us, but will be an advocate for good society that is safe and secure for everyone to live. Having said that, I want to say by my parting word that security is everyone's business, and Nigerian Correctional Service is looking forward to greater partnership with the government, with individuals, with NGOs, with philanthropists, and with everyone. You can come in whatever way you want to partner with us. You have heard my explanations on our various areas of operations. Probably you don't know where to come in. You can always reach the Nigerian Correctional Service through our host today.
Do you have a number?
Very well.
Go ahead if you have any.
Okay, 080-965-341-56. That's where you can reach.
You can say it again.
080-965-341-56. Can always chat me up, call, and let's ask how can we partner with Nigerian Correctional Service for an enhanced, more safer and secured Ebonyi State and indeed Nigeria, because you might be here today and next day you're traveling to another place. But if you have known how to partner with Nigerian Correctional Service wherever you are, you can make your voice heard, you can contribute your own quota, and together we can make Nigeria great again. Thank you very much.
I can't thank you enough, Nneka Charity Iyase of Ogwashopo.
And of Ebonyi State. And of her
my own sister.
And of her.
So, on a very serious note, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
For the work that you do. One thing I've noticed about the security agencies is that they always put very brilliant people as PROs. The one from police came here and it dazzled me. And now you've come again to do the same thing.
Wow, I'm humbled.
I hope that everybody who are in the correction service, officers and men, will be people like you.
They are.
Because I know there are very funny characters. I don't want to be very, very kind. I don't want to go there. But then, thank you. And thank you, mine. And thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.
As you heard from her, the corrections is not a place of punishment. It's a place where we have a raw material and we bring out better products. Well, I hope that is true, and I hope that will be a reality. God bless the correctional services. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you.